Africa needs to be independent. That was President Cyril Ramaphosa's message on the final day of the Russia-Africa Summit in St Petersburg. President Ramaphosa is one of 17 African heads of state that took part in the summit intended to create cooperation and strategic development ties with Russia.
African countries should, as sovereign states, be able to also pursue their own independent foreign policy approaches that are not beholden to any other major global power or blocs.
Second Russia-Africa Summit.
At the summit, President Ramaphosa, a member of the African Leaders Peace Mission, yet again emphasized Africa's desire to see Russia arrive at a peaceful settlement in its conflict with Ukraine. The conflict has had adverse effects on Africa, leading to food and energy shortages.
It is our hope that constructive engagement and negotiation can bring about an end to the ongoing conflict between the Russian Federation and Ukraine.
The summit in St. Petersburg has been a platform for Russia to forge ties with African nations. Russia has offered to invest in energy, security, agriculture and education. The Kremlin has also promised to supply its grain and other food to 6 African countries free of charge.
When you deal with partners who deal with you out of respect, who say you have the minerals, let us come in with whatever the expertise, the knowledge, let's share and share equally, as opposed to what Africa has been dealing with in the past few years, which has been more like master-servant kind of relationships.
With the growing geopolitical tide, South Africa hosts the next African engagement with Russia at the BRICS summit in August. Some African countries have requested to join the bloc.
Ours is about a multipolar, a multilateral system that has to be supported, and therefore a multipolar system is the way to go. So the growth of BRICS is also promoting diversity, but it does also show that something must be done in the United Nations.
President Vladimir Putin will not attend physically. Overall, the engagements at this year's Russia-Africa Summit have been yielding for the continent. Russia says it will support African nations in investment and infrastructure development, but it remains far off from reaching a solution over the Ukraine conflict, despite the efforts by African leaders. Leon Sanyange, SABC News, St. Petersburg, Russia.